You three are all great. You know how much we love you here. But unfortunately, we have to point out that all of your teams have been eliminated in the first round. Geoff, that's Edmonton for you. AJ, Pittsburgh. And then Paul, as we discovered yesterday when you cried for 10 minutes here on the Dream Stream, that was Toronto. So who are you pulling for now in terms of like winning it all on the DK Sportsbook? AJ, go ahead.
Well, I'll start by saying on the DK Sportsbook, I'm gonna stick with the Hurricanes. Now, if I'm just going straight fandom here, I'm gonna back my guy Marc-Andre Fleury and go cheer for the Golden Knights. But look, I know I should be off the Canes after the first two games, but I think the fact of the matter is they're still getting solid net mining by Alex Nedeljkovic. He really has played well in those first two games. Yes, getting past Andre Vasilevsky is not going to be easy. It's a tough hill to climb when you drop two games at home. But I just think this gets me more value on sticking with the Canes at this one. You can get them to win the series right now at plus 425, and they're the longest odds on the sports book for overall cup winner at plus 2200. I think that's fantastic value for a team that's lost a pair of one-goal games and could be back in this by the end of game four.
All right, Paul, who you chasing on the DK Sportsbook to hoist Lord Stanley?
You know what? I'm sure that all three of us made a couple of first-round calls with our hearts instead of our heads as those two dreadful outcomes played out. But I'm sticking up for each of us when I say that we all made great calls in the first round and many other circumstances that won your viewers good money if you played them. Just like my call last night on Anthony Cirelli. Nobody's talked about that yet, guys. I will be even more laser focused going forward and believe that the championship winning team is going to come from the series that AJ highlighted, but it's going to be Tampa, and that's emerging as my new clear favorite to repeat as our Cup champion. So I'm jumping all over that club at plus 325 to win it all and making that call right now. By the way, they wear the blue and white as well, so it's not that big a stretch for me.
Paul, we are all about you guys tooting your own horns, and no one does it better than Geoff Ulrich. So, Geoff, your pick on the DK Sportsbook right now to win it all.
Yeah. Wish I had something to toot about from last night, but I'm pretty sure I got everything wrong for the last 3 days here. So, first of all, I really like AJ's call. I've been on Carolina as a team to target in these odds for a while, and the first two games don't really deter me either. They could easily have won both those games. Outshot Tampa Bay massively in game two. I think Carolina is capable of winning a couple games in Tampa. I really do. I think plus 2,200 is definitely big enough to take a shot at the very least. And they're more appealing, even down to nothing, I think, than looking at the Jets or the Canadians to potentially try and get by like Colorado in the semifinals. I just don't see that as being a likely scenario. So I think Carolina is very interesting to take a shot on here. Maybe you just want to play the series line now that it's so big anyways. You know, the play for the futures might be see what happens in this Colorado-Vegas game tonight. Pray that Vegas squeaks out a win, and then take whatever Colorado is at. Colorado feels like an absolute unstoppable force. If you could somehow get them around plus 200, they're plus 135 on the DraftKings Sportsbook as we speak. If they get up even just a little bit, you're probably going to get a decent number, enough to hedge out when they get to the finals, which feels inevitable at this point. So that's kind of how I'm looking at it. Bruins are interesting as well, plus 500. I would probably prefer them over the Lightning, but I'm kind of waiting to see if this Avalanche line can spike up a bit, perhaps after a game two loss.